All right, we are live, and it is 8:51 Eastern Time. The market opens in 40 minutes. Now, you may have noticed that I named the title of this video Market Watching, No Trades Today, and that is because I messaged Dodgy. You can see right here. I messaged Dodgy. I said, do you think that tomorrow is okay to trade? It's the day before NFP, but we have unemployment claims coming out. So we do have Ripple the news. So I was thinking, hey, it could be okay to trade, right? Well, he says no. Kind of annoying because obviously we want to trade. Like, price action looks, it looks okay, but it's understandable. Like, if price action is gonna not be super good, then probably shouldn't trade. Like, this chop right here doesn't look super good, so it's probably fine. But you can see that let's actually mark out all of our sessions. So we had London, or you had Asia from 20 until midnight. Wow, so that includes this all the way up here, which is interesting. You had London, which was 2 until 5. And this, wow, this was a clear manipulation, distribution, retracement move here. Very interesting. So, from 2 until 5. So, yeah, I won't, just so you guys all know, if you are just now getting here, I am not taking any trades today. I am simply watching the market because Dodgy, I messaged Dodgy, I said, do you think it's okay to trade? He said no, so. We are just watching the market today. I'm going to pull up Forex Factory so you guys can all see what kind of news we have. But yeah, today should be interesting because there is two things of red folder news. We have unemployment claims and ISM services PMI. And you know, if today does end up being a good day to trade, then in the future I'm honestly just going to have to just play every day by ear, like go off of price action. Like, well, I maybe not right away. Like in general, maybe I'll get some more experience first and figure out finally, like over time I'll figure out what days are good to trade. But in general, like if this keeps happening where people are telling me like a day is bad to trade, but then it like ends up being super good price action, then I'm just gonna have to figure out for myself what days are good days to trade and what days aren't. Are these equal? Nah, they're not exactly equal. So we did just sweep London's highs, so that's interesting. But it's kind of unclear because this seems like this is trendline liquidity. I mean, look at that. But we're probably not going to run this until NFP tomorrow. But this looks like very clear trendline liquidity. We had this sweep of this high here. This was previous day's high, I believe. And with that, we had this high, low, or no, high, low. Let me go down in time frame. Okay. High, low, higher, high. Hang on. There's not really a breaker block there. I'm kind of tired today. I keep not getting enough sleep, which is not good. Good thing I'm not really actually going to be trading today. I'm just getting chart time. But yeah, we did sweep this high here, which is interesting. This was like previous day's high, right? I think it was. I guess not. Okay. Sweep of 4-hour highs. Or no, high of day. Or no. I don't know what to call that. 4-hour highs. Swept. Yeah, I'm kind of tired, which isn't super good. I gotta get more sleep. So, let's see here. Yeah, this looks like trendline liquidity for NFP, right? Like, look at how perfectly we're building up this liquidity. So, like, in general, we are holding this weekly for value gap for now, but with that trendline liquidity forming, it seems to me like NFP is gonna run us down, possibly. I mean, look at how perfectly this is generating this liquidity here. High, low, higher high, lower low. I guess this could be a breaker block, but you would typically not expect it to come back up like that. I don't know. Interesting. I am kind of tired though. So we did sweep out London highs. You can see we got a TGR entry right here. We swept out London highs. See how this, okay, this is a liquidity sweep. Sweep of London highs. And then we had a market structure shift right here. I'm getting better with these TGR entries, or at least spotting them, honestly. And then this fair value gap would be your entry. Ooh, see that? See that? Low, high, lower low. This is a breaker block. Ooh. Look at that precision. Whoa. Does it even hit it? Maybe people didn't even get filled on that. That's crazy. Anyway, this fair value gap would have been the entry. Oh, with this TGR trade, right? So interesting. This was a IOFED, whatever it's called. Now I wonder what you would take it to. This seems like this is low resistance liquidity. So I would at least probably target, if I was taking this trade live, I would probably target, I would target this 15-minute gap. That seems like a good target. Let's see if this one would have hit. You definitely have your stop loss at break even at this point. But very interesting. Yeah, this would be a nice trade here. TGR type trade where sweep London highs. I noticed TGR, like I said in the last video, I noticed TGR's trades work the best when you sweep out like session highs or previous day's high or something like that. That's when his strategy works the best, honestly. You see sweep London highs, mark structure shift, fair value gap, and now we're just dumping. For some reason we see, like, consistently, like every single day we've been getting this TGR setup like around like 840. So I'm getting more comfortable with these TGR setups, honestly. Might consider starting to take them very soon. But maybe I gotta get on the charts earlier, because you can see this entry would have been, this would have been at 846, which would have been before I get on the charts. I get on the charts at 850. So now imagine if you put your stop loss like here. That'd be crazy. Anyway, you get the idea. Hey, just so you know, I'm not trading today. Since today is the day before NFP, so I messaged Dodgy. I said, do you think tomorrow is okay to trade or no? It's the day before NFP. We have unemployment claims coming out, and then I sent him a screenshot of the news we got. And so you can see we have unemployment claims, ISM services, PMI, but the problem is we have non-farm employment coming out tomorrow, and non-farm employment is like a huge news driver. This is like the biggest event of the week. So the day before non-farm employment typically just forms a range and consolidates. And so I asked him, I was like, is it okay to trade? And he said that no, it's not okay to trade. So I'm just going to be watching the market today. So just so you know, I won't be taking any trades. So I just putting that out there in case you're like, why isn't he making any trades? That's why. But I've already outlined that you could have taken this TGR type setup where you had London session right here. So this is ironic because they're saying not to trade today, but clearly price action would have already provided a really good trade here with this TGR type setup where you had London's range right here that formed. So this is London from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. I'm going to mark this out as London. Ignore these, this and this, and this. So just focus on the things I have marked out here. So we had London's range. We swept out London's highs. And then right here we got our 1 minute market structure shift. This is our TGR type trade where you get a 1 minute market structure shift and then you enter on the retracement to a fair value gap. You can see this was like a sniper entry. And this was also a breaker block. You can see right here, this was a high, low, higher high that swept out these highs, and then a lower low. And then you just highlight this and drag this over. So this was also a unicorn setup. We had the fair value gap and the breaker overlapped, and you'd probably enter on the fair value gap. But you see how this is like a unicorn setup where this breaker block and this fair value gap are overlapped, and you'd enter on the fair value gap, and then boom. So like theoretically, if you wanted to, you could have had your stop loss like probably above this breaker, and you would have got a lot better risk reward. See this? This is the high of the breaker. You put your stop loss above the breaker, and then now you'd be getting a 7 risk reward instead of a 2.5 risk reward. So pretty cool. But yeah, let's also mark out this breaker. But yeah, it's still good to get chart time in. Like, I know I'm not going to be making any trades today, but I want to get in the chart time, watching the charts, because this is how I get better, you know? Like, if I just literally just sitting in front of the charts is going to make me so much better. So anyway, breaker block, overlap with fair value gap, and then dump. And so anyway, I was thinking you could target probably, my guess is a good target would be this 15-minute fair value gap here. I could be wrong about this, but this seems like a fair place for price to go, right? This 15-minute fair value gap. So I had this marked out as where you would take profit, but maybe you would take partials right here, and then you take partials right here. You know, it's up to the trader, whoever's taking this trade. And I would definitely I definitely have my stop loss to break even at this point, because yeah, you've already moved so far down and you've taken out all these lows. So we'll see what price wants to do. Now, in general, it's kind of hard to say what price wants to do today, because show some examples of your trade. I just showed the trade. You want a different trade? Or do you want to see this example again? So this is the breaker block. This is the fair value gap. And this is also a sweep of London highs, and then a market structure shift, a 1-minute market structure shift. The fair value gap and the breaker block, this is where they overlap. This is the unicorn setup. So I didn't take this trade. I just outlined that this is a trade that you could have taken, right? And you could have even had your stop loss right here. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of that for now. Let's try and figure out what kind of daily profile this is. So we're gonna look up ICT daily profiles. We're gonna try and figure this out. So Asia had this giant dump. London had a giant dump. And now we're pushing back above London's highs. So I'm going to go to T-Trade's PDFs here. And we're going to look at the 3 that he has. He has London reversal. So London reversal is where London manipulates into a key level and then New York goes up. We'll see that. Let's see if that happened here. Okay, I don't think London went into a key level, so that doesn't make a ton of sense. You see a key level here? I don't see any key level. So that doesn't really make a ton of sense. I mean, it did manipulate down, but I don't see that. I don't see the key level. So I mean, maybe
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help?
What the heck? My Siri went off. What the heck? That was weird. Okay, I guess Siri thought I was talking to her, so that's weird. Let me think. We'll just have to see. You can see this trade has made some more progress here. That trade that we could have taken is making some more progress, where we pushed into that breaker block and fair value gap, and now we're headed down some more. Oh yeah, I did not get enough sleep. I'm kind of tired. But you know what? I'm just gonna push through it. Since I'm not even taking a trade today, I'm just gonna push through it. Oh, we were gonna look at what kind of daily profile this is. So, we decided we did not think that it was London reversal. Okay, New York manipulation. Could it be this? New York manipulation. New York manipulates into a key level and then distributes down. It's like very similar to New York reversal, where New York reversal is like the same thing, but it might be New York reversal, because yeah, because look at this. This looks exactly the same. Okay, I'll accept it right now. So, look at this. Bearish New York reversal. Does this look like what's happening? Kind of. So this could be it. Where London goes up, pushes into a key level, and then New York distributes down. So far, we have pushed up above London's highs, and then we've started reversing in New York. So let's figure out if we have a key level that we pushed into, because that would definitely tell us that that this could be what's happening, right? And oh, this is interesting. We do have a key level. We have this 2-hour fair value gap right here. So this 2-hour fair value gap seems like it could have been our key level that we pushed into, right? This 2-hour fair value gap. So I'm going to move this to the bottom right. And do we have anything else? Like, is there like a breaker block or anything? This is ooh, whoa. This is possibly, this is kind of possibly a mitigation block, and I'm gonna need to make a video on mitigation blocks, honestly. But I think the main confluence is this 2-hour fair value gap. So I'll just keep this 2-hour fair value gap here. So we pushed into this 2-hour fair value gap. That was our high time frame key level. We barely pushed into it, just like we did in this image. Barely pushed into it. So are we going to run these lows today, or do you think it'll be tomorrow? Because I was thinking that we wouldn't run these lows probably until tomorrow, because NFP is tomorrow. And you can see this is like trendline liquidity building up. So we're pretty much going to run these lows at some point, because look at how perfectly generated these lows are. Look at how perfectly generated and aligned these are. This isn't random. This is the market generating liquidity to get ran through later on. So it's either going to happen, it's probably going to happen either today or tomorrow, if I had to guess, because yeah, just the market just doesn't do that. It like, and not run it. Because there are stop losses resting below here, right? So the market wants to run through those stop losses for liquidity. So anyway, I don't know if we're gonna do it run it today or tomorrow. It might happen tomorrow because tomorrow is NFP, non-farm employment. I guess it doesn't have to happen today or tomorrow. Maybe it happens next week, but I do think that these lows will get ran at some point. You know, like even if it's not tomorrow, like let's say it's next week sometime, or the week after. At some point, these are going to get ran because the market just does not leave lows like this and then not run them. No, I I wouldn't I wouldn't just trade just based off of what I'm saying. You gotta like realize these lows might not get ran until tomorrow. These lows might not get ran until next week. But I'm saying at some point, the way these are perfectly generated, these should get ran. You know, so but I do think that you could have taken a short trade. Where I was talking about how this was a TGR type trade where we sweep out London's highs. We pushed into this high time frame key level, this 2 hour for value gap. That's what this gray region is here, up here. Then we got our 1 minute market structure shift. We pushed back up into this fair value gap, overlapping with this breaker block. So here's the breaker block. Here's the fair value gap. And we push up into that confluence. And so anyway, the main confluence for this, since this is like a TGR type trade, is you'd enter on this fair value gap, and then you would target these lows. You could take a profit here, maybe take profit here, and then maybe take profit here. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could have just held it to this 15-minute fair value gap. So it just kind of depends what you'd want to do. But I was telling him just a second ago, like, you could take an entry here, and then maybe you target this fair value gap, maybe you target this low. But yeah, it does look like we are on our way down now. And I was just telling BNT that it does look like we have this classic bearish New York reversal type day where like London pushes up, New York pushes into a key level. You see this key level is this 2 hour for value gap. See how this is the low of the candle before and the high of the candle after form this gap here. Let me get rid of Asia. It's not really like helping us that much right now. So see how the low of the candle before, the high of the candle after on the 2 hour time frame form this gap. We pushed into this 2 hour gap, and that was our key level that we manipulated into for well, that's not it, for this daily profile. So what it seems like to me, right? Could be wrong, but I would not just, like, if you don't have an entry model, like don't just short just because I said to short, or like just because I said the bias is bearish. Don't do that. But yeah, you wanna wait for an entry model. The thing is, I'm not trading today because it is the day before NFP, so I'm not trading today. Dodgy said that, yeah, like I said, Dodgy said that today probably be lower probability, so he said no. When I asked him if tomorrow's okay, he said no. So I'm staying disciplined. I'm just not going to take a trade. So, okay, let's look at what's going on here. We have this order block. See how this we have this fair value gap. So maybe we want to come into this fair value gap. Looks like we are reacting off this order block though. Euro USD. What about Euro USD? You want me to look at it? Okay, looks like we're almost to our target here. This 15-minute for value gap. Remember, this would have been our entry. Stop loss here. Possibly take profit here. But you definitely have taken partials all through here, right? You definitely would take partials all through here. So, but yeah, you could also have your stop loss above the breaker block, and then you'd have a lot better risk reward. And this would be about a 6.5 risk reward. See how with this breaker block we didn't even go nearly past. We barely tapped this breaker block, and then we instantly dumped. So we didn't make it even halfway into this breaker block. So you could have had your stop loss up here. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not taking any trades right now. We'll just have to see. Sometimes a lot of the market is literally just watching and waiting and being patient. We do have a fair value gap here. I'm curious to see how this price reacts in this fair value gap. Oh, I didn't see you say where are you from. So right now I live in Idaho with my family. So my family lives in Idaho. So right now it's 7:23 a.m. for me. So I have to get up early. Alright, we just hit this fair value gap. Where are you from, BMT? If you're still here. Dang. Dang, whoa. That was crazy. That fair value gap held really well. So inverse this 30-second gap here, coming off of this fair value gap. Now we closed below the swing low, so this is not a valid inverse fair value gap setup. We closed below the swing low, but it's worth noting we did come and inverse this. So that's showing us we have a lot of momentum now to the downside. But this isn't a trade I would take because, once again, we closed below this low, the swing low. So it's just not, like, not that as well. This is a fair value gap right here. Like this could easily push back higher. So like we would not take this trade. See, easily. And look, we swept out this low. We swept sell side 2 times. So realistically, we could come for this high. Realistically, I mean, we really could. So look at this. We swept. Yeah. This is also a breaker block, right? Because you have a or some kind of this is like an order block, right? So we sweep sell side. Okay, we sweep sell side. We sweep sell side again. And then but we do have this low resistance liquidity. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just watching. So this, okay, this is, oh wow, yeah. So our initial TGR trade is really working out now. This trade from up here. Boom. Yeah, I think we will, since we did just inverse this 1 minute. My bias is that we're probably going to run down to this 15-minute fair value gap since we have this trend line liquidity. That's my bias. Oh, we forgot to mark out like a lot of things, and we haven't marked out SMTs either. Like we're kind of slacking, honestly. I'm just kind of tired today. So we gotta. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff because it's kind of getting there's a lot on the chart here. So I'm just gonna mark out that these are London lows. So London highs, London lows. Go to the daily chart. We have low of the week right here. This is a drawn liquidity. So yeah, I think we will come down for low of the week at some point soon. Now, where's low of the month? I'm curious. Okay, so the low of the week is also low of the month. Where's previous month's low? Previous month's low is all the way down here. This is probably the drawn liquidity in the medium term. This is probably the drawn liquidity, previous month's low. Maybe. I could be wrong. Here's previous month's low. I don't know, because we have this fair value gap here. This fair value gap might hold. That's the thing. So we just have to like be patient and see. Here's previous month's low. I'm gonna look at previous hours, highs and lows. Yeah, I mean, there's really just low of the hour. That's basically it. Was that news that came out? What is this? 9:30. That was just market open, right? Yeah. This is a data high. That's why the market wants to come take out this data high. Yeah, this is a data high. But I don't think we had an inverse fair value gap here. Oh, this fair value gap inverse. So maybe you could have taken this. Oh yeah, you could possibly taken that. See how this closed above and then boom. See how this closed above. Take this up to the data high. Dang. Whoa, imagine you took this. If we go down to 30-second, your entry becomes a lot more precise. Wow. That's crazy. You probably take partial here because this is a big fair value gap, but this is a data high. So, and it's also like 4-hour highs. We swept sell side like 4 times. Look at this. 1. I mean, this was a pretty good trade if anyone took that. 2. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. 3. We swip sell side 4 times. And then we inverse this fair value gap. Imagine you took this. I'd probably take this to the data high. Dang. Or, I don't know. This is a data high, though, I'm pretty sure. See? Yeah. On the 5 minute, it becomes really clear that this is a data high. So. That's crazy. Imagine you took that trade. We'll see if my bias ends up being right or if it ends up being wrong. We'll see. I think we'll go to the data high. Because also, are these relatively equal highs? They're not exactly relatively equal, but they're close. Oh, let's check for SMTs. There was an SMT right here. 920, 932. 920, 932. There was SMT here as well. So I wonder what will hold here. Maybe I do think that this is gonna go to the data high. So I'm wondering. So this is also a liquidity sweep, break a structure, market structure, shift entry. Where this fair value gap would be your entry. Not super good risk reward. Maybe put your stop loss below this other fair value gap. But you can see this, we swept liquidity. We got our market structure shift right here. And now we're already almost back at the data high. That's crazy. You guys see me mark that out? So now you definitely, obviously, move your stop loss to break even at this point. You probably move your stop loss to break even right here. And now you definitely move your stop loss to break even. But I would just take all off at the data high. So nice little 1.5 to 1 that I just called out in live time. So pretty cool. But yeah, stop loss to break even would have been at this high. And now we're already almost at the data high. So that's crazy. Yeah, we just hit take profit. So, once again, I didn't take that trade, but you get the idea. You could have entered on this, since this is a sweep, break a structure for value gap. You could have entered on this for value gap. Once again, another day where people tell me, oh, you shouldn't be trading. Oh, today's not a good day to trade. But then price action's fine. It's kind of starting to bug me a little bit. Like, how many days is this going to happen where people tell me don't trade and then price action's fine? Because clearly there are at least like 2 trades you could have taken. 3 trades maybe. This down to here. This inverse for value gap. And then this for value gap entry. So I don't know. We have news coming out. Well, we have orange folder news coming out in 2 minutes. And then we have red folder news coming out in 17 minutes. So I feel like when we come back down here next, it's very possible that we just blast through everything. It's very possible. Equal lows and highs. Do we have equal lows or equal highs? Let's check on the S&P. No equal lows, no equal highs. Ooh, where's Asia's highs? That's maybe a draw on liquidity, right? All the way up here. I don't know if we're going to get up there. We'll see. Oh, let's see. Did Dodgy take the trade that we looked at? Yup. Dodgy took that trade that we looked at. Dodgy took the one that we looked at. This is the one Dodgy took. So, okay. This is interesting because he didn't take this one. He knows you have to wait for this one to get inversed. Okay. I misunderstood this. Like, I was super close to having the right idea, but I missed the... Conceptually, I missed that there's still an external gap right here. So yes, this inversing is good, but you want to wait for this to inverse because this is still an external gap. So you wanted to wait for this to inverse. So when this inverses, this is the one you want to wait to inverse, and then boom, entry right here. Stop. And yes, it did close above this high, but there's so much low resistance liquidity, and the data high is right there. I think in this case, this close would be fine. So I think Dodgy was right to enter there, and yeah, right up to the data high. So boom, nice 2.7 to 1. That's trade of the day probably. So. Dang, and we got an SMT. We swept sell side 3 times. Do we sweep any other lows that were key? We set what previous 2 hour. Okay. All right, this is interesting. Yeah, we swept 2 hour lows. Then we had the data high. Dodgy told me not to trade today. Bro, Dodgy traded, and he told me not to trade today. Bro. I guess, I know, I guess I'm still learning, but... It's fine. I'm just focusing on getting better. I really don't care if I'm catching these trades or not. I'm just getting better, and that building the skill. I mean, that's the most important thing. I really don't care too much about all the other minor details. I'm building the skill. Data high. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade right there. Stop loss below the fair value gap. Whoa, he got like really good risk to reward. He entered like down here. I don't know how he did that. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be back. I'm getting I'm so tired. Yeah, you can see now that we've hit this objective, price is really kind of stalling. This is really bad price action now, so this was a good trade though, and I would have moved stop loss to break even at this internal high here. So you really would have almost risk-free trade. I mean, look how close this is. So you'd enter here, then boom, stop loss break even, and then risk-free essentially right after. And there's so much low resistance liquidity too. Did we have news come out? And we kept going up too. So it looks like we are going to get to Asia's highs possibly. This is crazy. Wow, we're going for Asia's highs. That's crazy. Wow, imagine you took this. Woo! 7-1 risk reward trade. Jeesh. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Whoops. At this point, I do think we will hit Asia's high because because this is like, we already came up this far. It would be very surprising if we didn't hit Asia's high. At least I would think it'd be surprising. We have a 1 minute for value gap. And boom. Off the 1 minute for value gap, TP hit. So, nice little market maker buy model here. Asia, London, New York. I don't know what key level we pushed into, but yeah, I don't know what key level London pushed into, but clearly not a bad trade here. This is the trade of the day here. I'm just gonna leave this on the chart because that is so cool. That's crazy. That's really cool. This is why chart time really makes you better, honestly. Like I'm realizing now, like, this isn't the one you'd want to inverse. This since this is the final external gap, you need to see this one get inversed, not this one. This one. This was the final external gap. This one, yeah, sure, it might be nice if this inverses, but you really need to see this one get inversed because this is an external gap. Now, once it's inversed, you're like, okay, now we just have a ton of low resistance liquidity and the data high and Asia's highs. So, and you're just like, let's send it. And then once you get here, you're like, okay, stop loss to break even, and then boom. The rest was history. Okay. Yeah, nah. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do now. This, um, this does seem like though we are setting up for something either later today or NFP where we come back down. Yo, what's up? Check this out. This is how you could have caught a 7-to-1 risk reward trade. We swapped out these 2-hour lows. You can see this was the old 2-hour candles low. Then down here we got an SMT with the S&P 500. Then you don't wait for this gap to inverse because this is an external gap. You have to wait for the final external gap to inverse. So you wait for this one to inverse. Then once this closes above, now yes, you kind of closed above here, but in this case, this high, we have so much momentum and this high is so close that it's honestly fine. And you enter here, move your stop loss to break even right away after you hit this internal high. You can see we don't come anywhere close to back to break even, and then at which point you would target this data high. Honestly, you take your profit right here, but it's just kind of fun to point out that you could have also targeted Asia's highs from all the way over here, and this would have worked out. And imagine you targeted even higher. That'd be crazy. But yeah, I would have targeted these data highs and gotten nice, like, looks like 3-to-1 risk reward. But yeah, pretty cool. It's a trade you could have taken. Yeah, I'm pretty close to being ready, dude. I'm pretty close. Um, I'm just every single day I'm just gaining experience right now. But yeah, I'm pretty close to being ready, dude. Like I'm not trading today because this is technically today is the day before NFP, so technically price action's not usually that good, but dude, it was fine. It ended up being fine. But typically you don't have the best price action, so it's generally advised not to trade for NFP. My plan is every single day I'm gonna get chart time. I'm gonna keep getting 2 hours and 10 minutes or so worth of chart time. I live stream every day from 8:50 until 11, and I'm doing these market recaps every single day, and I'm building the skill, and the skill is what matters to me, you know. Um, and then down the road, yeah, I'm going to. I mean, I'm already like trading with the prop firms, but like eventually, yeah, I'd like to do real capital. So anyway, very very cool, very good trade. There were also two other trades you could have taken. Um, so we swept out London's highs, and this was like a TJR entry where you would just sweep out the highs. You get the market structure shift right here. This would be your market structure shift. And then you would enter on this fair value gap, which actually is also overlapping with this breaker block right here. So this would actually be a unicorn setup, right? And then you target these 2 hour lows. So this would have been a really nice trade as well. This would have been a TGR type trade, but it's also a unicorn setup. Yeah, target these 2 hour lows, boom. Stop loss to break even. Once you hit this low. So I need to get a new prop firm account because my old prop firm account is with TGR's prop firm and they don't really have futures. So I've just been trading with NAS 100 on there, but I want to get an account with either Apex or Top Step pretty soon, ideally, because I think those are the two best ones. Dodgy recommends Apex, so I might do Apex, but I'm just gonna have to figure it out for myself and figure out which one I like. But Apex or Top Step both seem fine. I don't know exactly my win-loss ratio right now, but I've been tape reading. I've tape read so many good trades, and I've what's it called? Like in my market recaps, you go watch all my market recaps back, you'll see like I'm spotting out so many good trades every single day, and so as my brain gets more and more familiar with what to look for when to see these trades, I'm going to be able to see them in real time a little bit better every single day. So yeah, that's the idea. But yeah, I think for prop firms, I would recommend either Apex or Top Step. But yeah, this trade, realistically, I would do target this data high. You'd get a 3-to-1 because this data high is like the highest conviction level that I would expect to get hit. Like you could target this too, but realistically, if we're running up here with this much momentum, we're gonna hit the data high. So I'd just take all off at the data high, and then if you wanted to, you could leave a runner for Asia, but this data high, like I'd probably take all off at that data high. And then, wow, you really could have left more for these highs as well, which is just crazy to me. It just goes to show the power of moving your stop loss to break even right away. because you can leave your stop loss at break even right away, and then look within seconds. Within seconds, your trade becomes risk free. You get your stop loss to break even. You have so much momentum, blast through this high. All of a sudden, right away, your trade just instantly becomes risk free. And look how much reward you can get from a risk, like essentially a risk free trade. Like if you just leave your stop loss to break even, you can set your take profits as far out as you want to at that point. It's the power of moving your stop loss to break even. You're like, okay, now I'm risk free. Now I'm just letting all my runners run. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't had the best experience with them either. Honestly, their support's kind of like hard to deal with a little bit, and I just hate that they don't have futures. I really want to trade futures. I don't want to be trading the NAS 100 CFD stuff. So I'd rather trade futures. Yeah, I like their payout policy more. So I'm gonna get an account with them at some point. Probably soon here, pretty soon. My funded futures, I'm interested in my funded futures as well. I just don't know which one's best, you know. I don't know. But I could see my funded futures being good as well. I've heard good things about them. So it looks like we swept out all those highs. We finally took out these final highs right here. This was what was this? Previous day's high? Yeah, we swept out previous day's high. So I'm going to get rid of this now because we don't need this anymore. We don't need it. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. I'm going to drag this over. So we swept out previous day's high here. Now I am just tape reading today because Dodgy did tell me not to trade. He said, "Do you think it's okay to trade today, the day before NFP?" He said no. So I'm just tape reading today. And I don't really mind. I mean, I'm just gaining experience. That's the main thing. But anyway, we swept previous day's high here. You can see we got a 1 minute market structure shift. So now we're pushing up into this like area here. I would consider this the breaker block. Yeah, this is the breaker block, right? We'll see if this holds. Okay, the fair value gap seems to like be rejecting price actually. So, you know what? Oh yeah, just go to my what's it called? Go to my link in my bio and join my Discord that way. Dude, I'm excited to continue the Discord community because I have a couple good ideas. I was my first good idea for the Discord is I'm setting a section of the Discord where everyone has their own journal. And anyone who posts in their journal that takes a trade during New York session, I'm going to cover their trade in my market recaps. So anyone who posts in their journal in the Discord, I'm going to cover it in my market recap. So I think that's pretty cool. And what was my other idea? I had another idea as well. Oh, I'm doing study sessions every day. So I'm doing study sessions every day for 1 hour from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. And I've been doing they've been really kind of fun, actually. It's just been me and this one guy named Ronnie, but it's been like really really productive. Like I've been learning a lot. So it looks like we wicked all the way through this breaker block. So I don't know if that matters. So yeah. But it looks like we're maybe holding this breaker block. We'll see. We will see. Are these equal lows? Not quite. Are there equal lows anywhere? So we have previous hours lows here. Yeah, I just want to help others, That's the main reason I'm doing this YouTube channel. Yeah, I have a video on my strategy. I wish I made an updated version as of now, because I kind of in the video I didn't include some important details, like and because I've gotten better even since I've made that video. But you can watch that video. It's just called Dodgy's 80% win rate inverse fair value gap strategy. But in general, I would recommend that you watch Dodgy's Bootcamp. Watch Dodgy's Bootcamp from start to finish, and that is going to set you on the fastest track to profitability. So go look up Dodgy's Bootcamp on YouTube, and there should be 40 videos. If you're serious about it and you want to get good at trading and you want to master it, watch every single one of those videos. Like, genuinely do it. Like, it's gonna be hard, but if you genuinely watch all those videos, and Dodgy is the best way you're gonna get that information. I mean, like, you can go get it other ways from ICT, whatever, but trust me when I say that it's gonna be a lot harder to watch those 1 hour ICT lectures and all these other people that are really boring and are hard to understand and use fancy vocabulary. Dodgy just explains it in simple terms, right? And Dodgy's like just such a genuine guy. So I would go watch Dodgy's Bootcamp, and I really do think his bootcamp is the best of the best. So you could possibly target previous hours lows. This 30-second did inverse now. So I would definitely have moved my stop loss to break even at probably this internal low here. So this would be risk free at this point. This would be risk free. And you could definitely keep runners going for lower prices, like and I would take a partial here probably. So maybe like TP1. Let's see. So 2 hour lows are all the way down here. Maybe price would want to go to London's lows, honestly. Where's London? What's London? Where's London? 2 until 5. So maybe price wants to come down to London's lows. Maybe at the very least these lows, but imagine you could leave runners going to London's lows, but I don't know if you that seems kind of crazy. So we hit previous hour's lows. So that's a nice 4.3 to 1 restored trade. I would take most off there, but you could leave runners going for this, maybe this or this. But yeah, that's crazy. Oh, yep, there you go. Oh, dang. Let's go. Okay, let me read what you said. Yeah, I've been wanting something to refresh my memory. Because it's always good to keep learning, even if you think you got everything down. I'm gonna head out, but I'll be here tomorrow. Yes, bro. Dude, watch Dodgy's Bootcamp. Absolutely. Like, seriously. That is going to set you on the fastest track to profitability. The fastest track to profitability. And tomorrow should be pretty good to trade because tomorrow is NFP, non-farm payroll, and it's very high impact news. So a lot of volatility. So it should be pretty good. Joshua, hi. Hi, Jake. I've just started investing today and don't have a ton to work with. Would it be worth it to learn day trading, or should I use a pie on trading 212 and get consistently out of that? So the thing is, you don't need money to start learning trading. You don't need money. And if the ironic part is, if you think you need money to start learning trading, you're probably going to end up losing a lot of money. You don't need money to start learning trading. Go on TradingView right here. Go to trading panel and just click paper trading. Just click connect. I'm pretty sure it's completely free, and you literally just go on here and you can so this is the wrong account. So you go onto you click funded account. You have to make a paper trading account, right? But then you click paper trading account, and then you can practice trading on TradingView for free. So, like, seriously, you really do not need to have actual money to start learning trading. Trading you can learn completely for free, just by going on TradingView and practicing. Yeah, just as a way of learning, because the reality is, if you want to learn trading, it's probably going to take you a while. You're not going to make money for the first month, 2 months, 3 months. Maybe with the right direction, you could learn it in 6 months, right? But it's taken me, like, so far 14 months to get to where I am, and I wouldn't even consider myself profitable completely yet. But I would say I am, in the last 3 weeks to 4 weeks, I have gotten so much better. And you can go watch my market recaps every single day. I review the market, and dude, we've caught some crazy trades. I mean, we've tape read some crazy trades. We've just reviewed the market where we've had some crazy trades happen, and it's just, go watch those market recaps, man. There's some pretty crazy trades you could have caught. And also my trade recaps that I do for shorts every single day. But yeah, just as a way of learning, do paper trading. There's no need to risk real money, at least for a long time, until you have really proven that you're consistently profitable, right? So, but like, if you do want to start trading beforehand, still don't risk real money. You can start trading early. Just use a prop firm. So a prop firm is, you basically pay them like a certain amount of money, and then they give you a fake account where you have to hit a goal, a fake profit target. So Yeah. So you should go check out Dodgy's Bootcamp. So go on YouTube and search Dodgy's Bootcamp and watch the entire thing. If you're serious about learning this stuff, watch the entire bootcamp. It's 40 videos, and there are lots of other people you could learn from, but Dodgy's the best of the best. If you want to learn it the right way and learn the right information, you need to learn it from someone who actually explains it and doesn't explain it super complicated. He's just a genuine guy. Like you could go learn it from ICT or whatever, but ICT, he's gonna ramble on for an hour before he even tells you anything, and he's going to waste your time. Dodgy, like those 40 videos, like they're probably the most efficient way that you could probably teach trading. Like, so watch, if you're serious about it, watch all of those videos. Watch every single one and make it all the way to the end. And that's going to set you on the fastest track to being profitable. And then also, you should join my Discord. The link to that is in the bio of my YouTube. And we're all just learning together. So definitely check out that. But yeah, I can't remember what else I was saying. But yeah, prop firms. So don't, like, if you really want to trade with real money, don't actually risk real money. Buy a prop firm challenge, and then if you can prove yourself and pass that prop firm challenge, the prop firm gives you like $50,000 worth of trading money to trade. So you only have to spend like $100 or $200 to get a challenge, and then the challenge allows, like, if you pass the challenge, then you usually have to pay another fee, like maybe like $50 or $100. I can't remember. Literally have no idea. But anyway, then you get $50,000 of capital to trade with, and it's like, like that way, if you mess up, you don't lose $50,000. You only lose, like, you're only out $100, and then you can, if you do pass the challenge, then you have $50,000 to trade with. So it's a lot better than if you wanted to do that. It's a lot better option than risking real money. But yeah, you just don't want to lose a lot of money. Trust me. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great idea. But yeah, I highly recommend checking out Dodgy. He is the best of the best, and yeah, dude, trading as a whole, as a space, is just, it's going exponential. Like, I'm seeing some of these people that are a lot bigger than me, like Dodgy and Justin Wireland, and people are just, like, trading is becoming so much more popular in the last, like, literally, like, past, like, month. Like, Dodgy went from like 39k subs to 41k subs, and then Justin went from like 99k subs to 106k subs in like the last month. So like, it's honestly just like, it's becoming more and more of a thing, and people are really learning about it and educating themselves on, like, actually how the markets move and why they move the way they do. And I don't know, it's making me happy. I want to really just, like, that's kind of my goal with my YouTube channel, is just to teach as many people as possible, because so many people, it's like, genuinely, so many people are completely uneducated on all of this stuff. They don't really understand it, why they move the way they move at all. And it's like, there is a reason behind it. It's not random. So everyone should know about it. Everyone should learn about it. And that's the goal with my YouTube channel. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's so hard if you have work or school, or like you go to the gym, you have other things in your life, you have family time. It's hard to spend the time to do it, but even if you can just watch, like, let's say you're at the gym, this is what I do. I watch two or three of those videos while I'm at Dodgy's. I'll watch 2 or 3 of Dodgy's videos while I'm at the gym every day. I'll have my AirPods in, I'll be on the treadmill, and then I'll just be watching those videos while I'm at the gym. And, like, you don't even need to have time for it. While you're doing something else, you watch these videos, because it's mostly passive. You're just watching, right? So, like, I'll just be at the gym, and I'll be listening to a video from Dodgy, or whatever. Like, it's It's the act of just like doing it. That's what matters. I'm gonna read this. Yeah, work takes up so much time. Yeah, I would say I think that's really really smart. Any free time you can get to study, definitely do it. The strategy that I would use is like the best bang for your buck is going to be inverse for value gaps, and you gonna Dodgy is gonna explain that in his boot camp, like, but yeah, that's what I would do. But there's plenty of other strategies, like you could use the one I used here, which is breaker liquidity sweep, market structure shift, and then we had this fair value gap and breaker block overlap. That's a unicorn setup. There's lots of different kinds of setups. You're just gonna have to figure out what you like the best. But that'll come with time, right? Yeah, Dodgy strategy. It works on everything. It's fundamental to how the markets move. So, inverse value gaps work on everything. Doesn't matter what it is. This is crazy. Look at this. This would be another inverse for value gap. See this? Let's see. I guess technically the candle body closed too high for this to be valid, but you can see once this closed, it went straight up. So the candle body closed too high for this to be valid, so this is not valid. But once this candle body closed above this gap, that'd be an inverse value gap. Yeah, go watch. Go watch Dodgy's boot camp, and yeah, inverse value gaps work on everything. So yeah, the main three things you want to see for an inverse value gap setup are you want to see some kind of sweep, right? You want to see a lower high get taken out, and you want to be delivering from somewhere important. Like in this case, we were delivering from this order block here, or no, we were delivering from this fair value gap, this 3-minute fair value gap. So we swept a low going into this 3-minute fair value gap, at which point this inverse fair value gap still isn't valid because the candle body closed too high. But let's say the candle body closed right here. Let's say this one closed right here, and it didn't close down here, it closed right here. Then this would be valid. Then imagine the candle body closed right here. Then this would be valid, and then you would enter, and then you would target. You move your stop loss to break even at this high, and then you can target as far out as you want. You know, I'd probably take a lot off right here because that's a 3-to-1. That's super good. Actually, you have to have your stop loss below both gaps. You have to have your stop loss below both gaps. So this would really be like a 1-to-1. A fair value gap. Go watch my video on what is a fair value gap. It was one of the first videos I made on my channel, but you can also watch it in Dodgy's boot camp because Dodgy goes through everything. So he'll start from the very beginning. He'll go through everything. So you don't need to know any of that stuff right away. If you watch Dodgy's boot camp, you'll learn everything. So, but just for reference, a fair value gap is it's a series of 3 candles where the high of the candle before and the low of the candle after don't overlap, creating this gap right here. Essentially what it's signifying is it's an empty area between highs and lows, and the market seeks to run through highs and lows. And that's why these are called imbalances, because the market seeks to run through highs and lows and then come back to fair value. So fair value is represented by these fair value gaps, and typically you will a lot of time see price come to a fair value gap like this 3-minute one. This is a good example. This 3-minute fair value gap, price will come into this 3-minute fair value gap, and you can see right when it got into this fair value gap, that's when you had that reaction. That's where the market reacted. So the market will react from fair value gaps, but when fair value gaps get disrespected, that's what an inverse fair value gap is, right? When fair value gaps get ignored or disrespected, they offer actually really, really, really good entry points to target old highs and old lows. So in this case, right, you had this fair value gap that got disrespected, and then we ran through all of these highs. We ran through all of these highs. It was like instantaneous. It was almost instantaneous, and we went straight to the data high. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, you go watch those videos. It'll explain it a little better. Or yeah, probably. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be back. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks for the just leaving it on. Yeah, I gotta get that watch time up, you know. Thank you so much. I'm glad I could be of help to you. That makes my day. So, yeah. But that's really great. Yeah, just whenever you can watch those videos, watch them. And the faster you watch those videos, the faster you get through them, the faster you're probably gonna end up turning profitable. So. Like just get through them, watch everything, and then stick to one model. So stick to that's what I'm doing right now. That's why I didn't take this. I mean, I'm also not trading today, but that's why I didn't take the Spreaker block trade, because I'm sticking to inverse value gaps right now. But when you stick to one thing and you get really good at it, that's how you're gonna really excel in trading. So. But yeah, much love, man. Thanks so much. I'll see you later sometime. Okay, we're delivering from this 1 minute fair value gap here. But we might need to go lower. We'll see. I don't know. Just depends how it reacts. Okay. What? I was just talking quieter. I'm not getting discouraged. Anyway. Just kind of watching right now. Nothing. I'm not really seeing anything yet. I'm also not trading today. So looks like for this trade, looks like we would not have gotten stopped out at break even, and our runners could possibly still be going for this low and this low, which is pretty cool. So if we were to have runners, right? It's also worth noting. So this is a silver bullet model. Wait, sorry, no, it's not. No, it's not. Wait, let me. I'm gonna do a video on the silver bullet in a little bit, but essentially what it is you wait for a sweep of a key high, and then you on the first. There's so much going on. I need to get rid of everything. I'll keep that. So on the first 5-minute fair value gap, that forms between 10 and 11. That's your silver bullet entry. And then you simply target the drawn liquidity. So in this case, you'd enter at the midpoint of the fair value gap and stop loss above the high, and then you target. In this case, I'd probably target either this low or London lows. So this is the silver bullet model where you simply just enter at the fair value gap, the 5-minute fair value gap, after we have our sweep of either previous day's high or previous session's high or whatever. So silver bullet model is pretty good, but I think Dodgy's model is the best. But you can see that our I'm gonna get everything back on the chart now because I just wanted to show off the silver bullet, but okay. And then yeah, we're on our way down. We'll see what. Obviously, I would have taken almost all off here. I would have taken most off here probably, but yeah, I'm just showing hypothetically how you could have held it for longer. But yeah, I'm just trying to get chart time in right now. Just actual experience watching the charts, you know. Oh wait. Yo, I didn't realize your profile picture looks almost the same. But I thought I don't know why. I thought you were Joshua cuz your profile picture looks almost the same. I didn't even realize that. I thought cuz your profile picture is purple I and his is a purple J. I didn't even realize you're someone different. What's up? Yeah, I wasn't getting discouraged. I was just taking a break because my voice, I was just getting tired. I was getting tired from talking so much. So I just wanted to chill out my voice a little bit and just talk a little less, energetic. I just in general, just after talking for almost 2 hours, you just get tired. But like I said, I would have taken most off essentially at previous hour's lows here. So this would have been a 4-to-1 risk reward trade. I would have taken most off here. And then maybe I'd leave runners, but yeah. Whoops. Yeah, my voice just gets exhausted after a while, so if I sound discouraged, it's just because I'm tired. I've been talking for almost 2 hours. I'm going to be done here in about 13 minutes. So, but yeah, just getting some more chart time in. Just good. like the way you're gonna get better the fastest is 100% chart time. There's no other way to do it. I mean, you can watch the boot camps, you can watch all that stuff, but there's no other way to really improve like actually just watching the charts and sitting in front of the charts in real time. And it kind of sucks because it's boring, you know. It is kind of boring, but like. But I actually really enjoy it. So I wouldn't say it's boring for me, but for the average person, it's probably boring. And so it's just it requires a lot of patience and a lot of patience to be able to sit in front of a screen and just watch. But that's how you get better. That's how you get so much better. I started trading recently and I don't understand how to have multi TP and I don't really understand how to take trades without paper money. I've spent more time paper trading than anything. That's good. You're probably doing a lot better than most people if you haven't actually started risking real money because that means you haven't been losing money, right? So, don't get discouraged that you're not using real money because it takes a long time to build the skill. Like, I've been at this for 14 or 15 months and I'm still building the skill, dude. It's just a process. It's such a process. So, um, it's not. I'm trying to think. It's not a bad thing that you're spending more time than anything trading with paper because it takes time to build the skill of trading. But in general, there's two ways people go about trading with real money. Either you use a prop firm, which is, in my opinion, a lot better because you pay this company to give you a account challenge, and if you pass this account challenge, you get to trade with capital that's not yours. So um, let's say you pay for a $200 challenge, and it's or $200. You pay $200 for a $50,000 account challenge. If you pass that challenge, you get to trade with $50,000. So it's a way for you to not have to risk your own money, but be able to make a lot of money if you're actually a profitable trader. And so, not only is it really good for if you're profitable, but it's good for if you're not profitable, because then, let's say you had $50,000, you don't end up losing the $50,000. You only lose the $200 that you paid for the challenge, right? And so it's just a lot better. But the other way to do it is you get a live account, and the best one for that is probably like Trade-Avate or whatever. But I just would not recommend doing a live account. It just doesn't make sense to risk real money. But then if you want a paper trade, you just go click here on TradingView, and then you can just click paper trade. It should be just under. It'll show up right here, and then you just click paper trade. So honestly, I should just start paper trading on what's it called? Like I should have paper traded this trade. Like I should have done it actually on paper. Like that would have been smarter if I did that. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm just mostly just watching the market, so I'm not really needing to actively click buy and sell. I just want to get chart time. If you run out of paper money, you just make a new paper account. You can make as many of these accounts as you want. See, create account, and then you just put in whatever balance you want, type in the name, and you're all good. Just make a new account. Got infinite money when it's paper money. Dude, 50% win rate is actually really good. You have to realize the market's built to beat you, so 50% is doing better, a lot better than most people. I'm gonna be on here for 8 more minutes. I'm super proud of myself though for working so hard on these YouTube videos, and I don't know. It seems like I'm helping a lot of people. Hopefully, a lot of people, have been saying I've been helping them. So that's what matters to me. Um, uh, with with making a strategy, I would just say um, just trade inverse for value caps. Like, go watch Dodgy's Bootcamp. You don't need to make your own strategy. Like, when I first started trading, I tried to make my own strategy for like four. That was like the first 4 months of me trading, was just like, I have to beat the market myself, and I have to like learn my own strategy. And I'm like, I tried to do that for like 4 or 5 months or 3 months or whatever. And you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, there's strategies out there that already work. So just go watch Dodgy's Bootcamp and like learn from him. And you don't need to make your own strategy. I've tried that. I've been there, done that. I literally I used to like spend hours just like trying to like code. I would go on TradingView and I'd go in Pine Editor here and I would just be coding. I literally learned the whole coding language just to try and learn to try and learn this stuff. It was crazy. Man, I you can name basically anything and everything, and I've tried it or done it. Let me read what you're saying. Yeah, it's it's a combination of everything. You got to be able to know when it's gonna move. You gotta know where it's gonna move. So you gotta know your entry point. But once you master everything, once you master the draw and liquidity, once you master your entry points, and once you master when it's gonna move, then everything just eventually starts to click. So. Yeah, exactly. Teaching people genuinely, like in the last month, I've gotten so much better because I've been teaching the concepts. Like, I'm so glad that I started doing that because I don't think I would be anywhere close to as like far along in my journey, trading journey, if I hadn't started actually making these videos. I genuinely would not be as far along. And yeah, definitely just whenever you can, like I was just telling Joshua, like whenever you can, watch the videos. You don't need to have a ton of time for it. Like, I like to watch the videos while I'm at the gym. Like, I'll watch some of Dodgy's videos while I'm at the gym, and I'll just be on the treadmill, and I'll have an AirPods in, and I'll just be running, and I'm listening to it while I'm running, or I'm listening to it while I'm lifting. So you don't need to have a ton of time. You just find something you're already doing, and it's mostly passive. Just listen to it while you're doing something else. Yeah, it is pretty funny. You don't need to learn coding unless you want to become a coder. But yeah, like there wasn't. It was kind of like I don't know. I went through a lot to learn this, like to learn stuff. I did everything. That's pretty cool. You teach your dad. That's cool. It's just cool to have someone that does listen. You're right. Yeah, definitely get at least a second monitor so that way you can pull up, you can look for SMTs. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's when you have um, S&P forms a higher high, Nasdaq forms a lower high, and then that breaking correlation tells you that there is indecision, and you want to see that happen at a key level. So anyway, but that's a good way to be able to check for SMTs is you can have your other screen up at the same time, and yeah, it's I would definitely say having another monitor is super helpful. So I would definitely do that. But yeah, just get the chart time in, like, or just like watch these live streams like every single day. Um, like that's what I'm doing. I'm to get chart time is I'm just sitting on the charts for 2 hours a day, and I'm literally just saying like I force myself to sit down and I say, okay, I have to be here until 11 a.m. Eastern. And then I just sit here. I just sit here. Like I've been sitting here since 8:50 Eastern. So I'm just like, this is what I gotta do to get better. So I'll put in the work. I'll do what it takes. My study sessions are at 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 p.m. So that's 7 p.m. my time. But yeah, um, that I study for an hour, and we just in my Discord we just study whatever we want to study for the day, and yeah, so just join my Discord and then hop in group study at that time, and you should be good. Um, but yeah, um, it, if you just start watching Dodgy's Boot Camp, it'll go from the very beginning to expert level. So if you just start from Dodgy's Boot Camp and start there at square one, he'll cover everything you need to know. So just start watching Dodgy's Boot Camp and just watch all the videos there. And so um, that's how you're gonna. That's the fastest way you're gonna get better, I would say. Okay, we swept this high. We closed below this gap. Now this was really wicky, so it wasn't like the best trade to take. So this was really wicky. It's not super optimal, but you had the sweep. You had the inverse for value gap, and then you could target these lows. Yeah, I wake up pretty early too. Like, but yeah, um, it's cause I don't know. It's just cause I work hard. I want to get better at this, so I'm willing to put in the work. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not 11 a.m. So I didn't even realize that it was 11. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. But it's good talking to you. Hopefully I'll see you more around sometime later. Um, but yeah, definitely join the Discord, and if you need anything, just let me know. Just send me a message. So I'll see you later sometime.